Thank you so much.
That red is, yeah.
So thank you so much for attending this amazing, very, very close, meaningful session, I would say. And this last session for the day, I believe, is with respect to review of environment laws and governance. So when we are talking about review, it also somewhere rings a bell, which means that there are still gaps. And there are still a lot of scope for these laws which have been implemented in the last decade or so that needs to be really reassessed and worked on. And of course, Professor Saxena is there, who will be taking us through the entire presentation of how environmental governance and laws have been sometimes not really implemented, sometimes have been taken very lightly. But being a practicing advocate in the last couple of years, 10 years of my own practice, and with the NGT Act which has come, which is the National Green Tribunal Act, which had been enacted in 2010, we have still seen a number of very significant actions that have been taken by the courts, and of course Supreme Court as well, where these have been escalated. And if I talk about the recent orders also, there have been liabilities fixed on the project proponents in hundreds of crores, etc., wherein there has been this indication that the courts have tried to do to really establish the fact and to really emphasize on the fact that the polluter's pay principle is very essential. Of course, the best is to be able to control and to be able to really prohibit any such actions. But the moment any environmental degradation or effect is happening in the environment, then yes, the liability, a fixation of liability is very essential, in which courts have taken a very strong view in the last few years. And having said that, there's also benches in the Delhi High Court who have in fact used environment, aspects of, let's say, planting trees and etc., as a recourse to penalties. So Justice Waziri is a very good example, who has really emphasized on this aspect of protecting the environment in some way or the other. So, of course, law, when it comes to law and governance and reviewing law and governance, I feel there is a very significant scope which we are still looking at, because if we see the laws, they are also very nascent, I would say. They are new, they are only 10 years, 15 years old. But of course, going forward, I think Professor Saxena will be able to take us through this entire issue of review of environment laws and governance. And over to you, Professor Saxena. I think we are short on time, so maybe about 30-35 minutes is what.
15-20 minutes.
30-35 minutes, Professor Saxena. Thank you so much.
Because of the shortage of time, I